So last week was a real tough one, and I'll tell you why. Um, so the title for this video is "Nobody Gets Here Out Alive," which is what Jim Morrison said, and he's right. Start of the week last year, I didn't know him, and some highly well-known politician was shot live on air. Then a couple of days later, Ricky Hatton, Britain's favourite son, lost tragically died at such a young age. And I just found out this morning. So I went and dog sitted a couple of weeks back. Um, I think you probably remember the video of me with that big Great Dane. And I was talking to a guy over the road, lent me his lighter, I was cooking and all that. And I was just told this morning he was 70 of the week. And he died this morning. I was talking to him literally weeks ago. And so the moral of the story is George Michael, who's a massive hero of mine, he titled the song "Do You Think We Have Time?" Praying for time. And I see so many half-wits on here that are literally spending their life, spending the prime years arguing with other half-wits, other total morons. And do you know what? That is like, now listen, I didn't know that guy who was shot in America. And I didn't really know Ricky Hatton. Did meet him a couple of times, spoke to him, interviewed him. He knew there was a Junior Witter book coming out, which he was going to be a topic for a lot of the book, hence the title of the book, The Avoided. And that guy, the other day, didn't really know, but I had quite a chat with him, and he was lending me his lighter, and I lived over the road from where I was dog sitting. And it just teaches you, like, it just dawned on me, like, none of us are here forever. On a grand scheme of things, life is it's it's that. It's like, doesn't seem that long ago I was going out with fake ID as a 16-year-old in Middlesbrough in 1997. I thought I was going to be 17 to 22 forever. That time when you're like 16, you're 17, you're 18, you're 19, and you're going out and you're doing stupid things and girls and drugs and drinking and clubs and all that kind. That those years went like so the opposite. I think after maybe you get at 23, 24, 25, and all of a sudden I'm 45, and it's like, how did that happen? You once upon a time you're slim and you can eat what you want, and all of a sudden your whole being has been replaced by some fat middle-aged grey man who, you know what I mean? It wasn't in the script. You knew. I used to look at people my age, 45, and I used to think they were born that way. I just, you know what I mean? It was like, and Ricky Hatton 20 years ago, big costume too. Um, that time again, I'll be 60. I'll be an old age pensioner. Moral of the story of this video is life's just going so quick. We're all rapidly, greatly getting old in front of our eyes, and none of us can do anything about it. Um, you know, it's just, I'm not going to choose. What's a lifetime is maybe 80, if you're lucky. I'm 45, so I'm more than half my game in. Half my time's gone. I'm not going to spend whatever time I've got sitting on here arguing with people who are going nowhere in life. And you see them. I'm not going to name names. Do you know what I mean? Those, I don't really care whether they sound snobby, but those people are beneath me. They've got nothing going for them. So if they sit on here day in, day out, talking about the same thing for years, do you know what I mean? And just inciting hatred and spite and venom and poison, and they're just deceitful and they manipulate people, and just the whole life's a lie. And they're just sitting and they're just targeting people and slagging people off and bad mouthing people, and that's just not me. Do you know what? I've did it a bit once or twice before in the past, and I've sat and I've calmed down an hour later, and I just thought that this isn't me, and I went back and I've deleted the comment, but the usual suspects, those old men, and jobless women on here who sit on here day in day out, um, and they just target people, and they're just like, I'm not spending my life, we're only here once. Oof, it's gone. That's it. It's so quick. As I said, wasn't that long ago I was out, slim, you know, doing all kind of thoughts, loads of attention to females and prime of my life, and then all that has been replaced by someone grey and old, kind of. Do you know what I mean? And then at the same time again, be an old age pensioner, if we're lucky, if I'm lucky, because growing old is a privilege denied to many, and I'm not. I'm just not, for the life of me, going to waste my time sitting on YouTube like the usual suspects. So yeah. Do you know what? If this video, because sometimes, even though I know what's the right decision and what's not, and I'm relatively a sensible guy when I'm sober, and kind of, I'm a realist, and but sometimes you need to hear someone else's voice, someone's to say exactly what I've just said. So I hope this is kind of a wake up call to some people. Uh, you know, I, you very rarely come across anyone with half a brain on YouTube. I think it's probably why I only follow about 4 or 5 people. But there is your narrative destroyers, your Andrew Goins, Danny Christie's, Matt. There is a few that don't waste the time, they don't waste the years, the life, the prime years, and they want to be someone, they want to do something with their life, and they talk sense. And I like listening to those, but yeah, it's just not me. And I just think, what, if this is my call to use, like, kind of thing, just wake up. And as I said, we're only here once, and on the grand scheme of things in life, we're not on this planet that long. And as I said, I realised that I kind of realised when I got to about 40, maybe 41, I realised how much time I'd wasted being angry and arguing and doing fighting and all that kind of nonsense that I just walk away from now. I just think, do you know what I mean? You just be like, yeah, right, oh mate. But I didn't have that sense when I was young, and I made some right petongs, some pig's ears of situations and scenarios, and where now I'm happy with kind of being boring, and being boring is the new cool. It is. It's like, um, you appreciate life, and you realize how much time you've wasted on crap, and how much you're not going to do that again. So yeah, I hope someone can get something from this video. I'm at work tonight, in for 7 nights. I'm going to be in London next month, Halloween. So it's going to be a load of Jack the Ripper content coming. Um, yeah, other than that, big thank you all to listen to me. And remember, we're not here long. So, you know, um, your time it's the greatest thing you can give anyone. You can always get money, you can always get other clothes, but you can't get your time again. And me of all people, I've wasted how many books I did. These people shouldn't have even had my phone number, let alone promote them. And I get that now. Do you know what I mean? And very rarely anyone even has my phone number these days, unless you've got to be something really special. I don't care if that sounds arrogant or not. It's just, I've kind of realised in life how much time I wasted with I don't really want to swear, but just utter morons, and I don't want to waste any more time. Anyway, big love, people. Thank you for watching.